Good evening, everyone. It's Tulani Kelvin, the tutor. Today we are going to be focusing on physical science for grade 12. We are going to be looking at chemistry. You know that in physical science we have two parts. We have part one is physical science, part two is chemistry. So our main topic today, we are going to be talking about the organic compounds and macromolecules. So under these two subtopics or topics, we have what is called the organic chemistry. As you can see on the board, the organic chemistry is the chemistry of carbon compounds in living and non-living systems. And we also have what is called the organic molecules, molecules containing carbon atoms. So I suggest that you must know everything that I write here on the board. I suggest also that you must grab a pen and a book, where you will collect the notes. The exams are around the corner. I believe that this video will be helpful for you. So let's proceed with our lesson. Before you can just jump into the topic, you must know the basics. That's what I actually tell my learners, that you must go through the introduction of the topic. So you must note that carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbonates, and cyanides are exceptions because they are considered inorganic compounds. Those are the molecules that I just wrote here on the board, you see. So you must know that there are exceptions because they are considered as inorganic molecules. You understand my point? Because organic molecules, organic compounds, I mean, typically they have a backbone, you understand, of linked carbon atoms, meaning that they are attached to the carbon atoms. But these compounds that I listed here, they are inorganic molecules, you understand me? So they are not linked with any carbon atoms, you understand me? So you must know those things because of their importance. You're going to uh, be in contact with them. Let me put it in that way. Um, as we proceed with our lesson here, you get my point. So what we are going to study here, we are going to study organic compounds, the chemical bonding of them. So what you must know is that the organic compounds that we study consist of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and halogens. As you can see, I wrote them on the board here. So you must know that carbon is surrounded by the actually carbon is let me just say carbon is always surrounded by the exactly four bonds. You understand? Carbon can only um hold or create or bond with other four um atoms, you understand? So we also have oxygen that it consists of two bonds. We also have hydrogen consists of one bond. We also have the halogen there. I represent them as X, as you can see here. X, this is for halogen, so is always attached to the exactly one bond. So those are the things that you must know, you understand, because of like I said, these are the basics of our topic. So these are very important, you understand. They are important. So the halogens, actually, when we are talking about the halogens, we are referring to Br. We are also referring to Cl and L. So those things you will find them right here in your periodic table. You understand? You'll find them right here in your periodic table. So you must know each and every element here in the periodic table. But I guess as a grade 12 learner, you know this periodic table. You know the elements there. you also know their full names, their symbols. So I guess that we are good to go. So as we proceed with our lesson of organic compounds, we also have what is called the homologous series. So we must know the homologous series, the saturated, unsaturated, and the functional group. So we must know all of these definitions. You understand? So I suggest that you practice these definitions every day, sing them, so that when you find them there at the exam, you just get your 2 marks for free, easy as that. So do here the definitions on the board. The homologous series is a series of compounds that has the same general formula and the same functional group. So the saturated compounds are compounds in which there are no multiple bonds between carbon atoms in their hydrocarbon chain. So the unsaturated is going to be the opposite of that. Let me just, you know, read for you here. The unsaturated compounds are compounds with one or more multiple bonds between carbon atoms in their hydrocarbon chains, not hydrogen, hydrocarbon chains. So the saturated is those are compounds in which there are no multiple bonds between hydro atoms in their in the I mean between carbon atoms in their hydrocarbon chains. I'm sorry about that. As humans, we do mistakes, especially when the language is not your mother tongue. So yeah. So there is a table that actually we should look at that is going to help us based on this topic that we are going to uh that we are studying right now. You understand me? So let me just quickly jump into that table. Here is our table. Is classification of organic molecules according to the homologous series. So here is our homologous series here on the first block or first row. We also have the general formula, we have the functional group, we have the suffix, and they did the example of a name. We have the structural formula, and then we have the condensed structural formula and the molecular formula. The homologous series, we have what is called the hydrocarbons here on our first row. We have the alkalines, the uh, this thing actually I pronounce it with the same pronunciation, but it's different. You can see here we have A, here we have E. So you don't mix up these two things; they are more or less the same. So we have also we have the third one here under the hydrocarbons, the alkalines. So actually, it's the same thing. You know how this the pronunciation is the same, but the spelling is not the same. That's how I prefer to tell people. You understand? So we have the general formula there for the first hydrocarbon. There you can see it here. So I will also send this notes into my on my YouTube page. Yeah, I will post them on my YouTube, not my YouTube page, I mean my Facebook page. You will easily find them there. You understand? If you don't understand anything, don't forget to comment or leave any, yeah, just comment on my page or on my YouTube channel. Don't forget this Empower Skills tutoring on YouTube, and as well as the Facebook page is Empower Skills tutoring. Okay, so we have the functional group for the first hydrocarbons. We also have the second. Actually, I think this table explains everything. You understand? Explains everything. So, um, you can just go down to the table. We also have the haloalkanes there. We also have the alcohols, the aldehydes, the ketones, there are many there. So all you need to do, the esters there, is to study this table so that when they give you um the statement, or maybe they give you a question to draw, or maybe to label, give the name of the homologous series there, or anything that they ask you there, you must be able to 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 answer, you understand. By just studying this table, I believe that everything is going to be smooth and sweet, you understand. So I it's best if you study this table. You get my point. So this is the table that is going to be helping us on this chapter that we are dealing with, you understand me. Let's look at that note. Is NB. They say alkynes have the this spelling. I'm sorry about that. The alkynes have the general formula of is Cn, the H2n plus 2, and they say in propane n is equal to 3, and therefore the general formula is therefore it makes it to be 3 carbons and 8 hydrogens there. And then they say in the structural formula all the bonds in the compounds are shown. If any of these bonds are omitted, it is called a condensed structural formula. So there is an example of a structural formula. They say a structural formula for propane. So for propane, let's go back to the table here. We know that for propane, actually the functional group is going to be something like this. Let's go check again. I mean the structural, not the function. This is the function. I wanted to say the structural formula. The structural formula is something like this. There you can see we have 1, 2, 3. Is 3 carbons there. Let's go check again. We have 3 carbons here. So followed by those hydrogen bonds bonding with those carbons there all over around. So this is the possible condensed structural formula for propane. So there you can see we having 3 hydrogen bond that will be bonding with the carbon there, you understand. And then here in the middle we have 2 hydrogen bonds, 2 hydrogens that are bonded with the carbon. And then here on the third one we also have the same 3 hydrogens that are bonded with the or if you don't want to write it like this, you can use this, you understand. So I think our lesson for today, we are going to just end here so that I can give you a chance to just digest this information, all that I was saying, so that you can, digest this information. Tomorrow I'm going to also proceed with this lesson, and then also maybe do the physics part. I guess that one is going to be much interesting because most of the learners, they prefer the calculations. So yeah, until we meet again. For now, let's just pause right here. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like my page so that you can be updated whenever we post anything based on, your syllabus. And don't forget to study, guys. Studying is most important thing. If you keep on doing the same thing every day, you're going to be a master, you're going to be a mentor, you're going to be the best. Thank you.